Okay, good. Was how do you do? It was whiskey. Was your eyes and drinking by night, they were drinking. Now restore to my right and tonight take me out drinking tonight. Now blue and the sweet smell of the luscious woodbine curing you with and all met on the way. They were drinking by night, they were drinking by day. Now restore to my eyes what was clear and was bright, and take me out drinking tonight. Whoa, take me out drinking tonight. Well, they're still shining through all those stains on the table. Left is heavy and the other is light. Well, if it's left up to you, girl, I know what you'll do. You'll take me out drinking tonight. Whoa, take me out drinking tonight. And all of my brothers that I've met on the way, they were drinking by night, they were drinking by day. Now restore to my eyes what was clear and was bright, and take me out drinking tonight. Whoa, take me out drinking tonight.
Every night my baby grooves, they rushing to lullaby. Just an old bug playing a tune, my baby starts to cry. Rockabye my baby, somewhere there
Oh, well, hello. Now, you know what you need to know. Welcome to Acoustic BLiss. Acoustic BLiss in Limbo. I'm having real problems with my internet. I can't log into the chat at the moment because the internet won't have it. It's stream. It's basically stream or chat. I can't do both. And obviously we can't chat if I'm not streaming. So what I've decided to do, you may have noticed already, it sort of might be coming in and out. Anyway, what we'll do is we'll just soldier on for a bit and see how we get on. Look, it's telling me it's going on and off. I'm going to play something next, and then hopefully it will balance itself, and I'll see if I can move the phone. Anyway, so this is Acoustic BLiss in Limboland. The pub's open. Moyra will be watching maybe on her laptop or a phone from down there, and the plan is that Duffy and Stevie and whoever else goes is they're gonna do some open mic on a Thursday for people who want to get out and play some live music. And for those of us who can't get in there, we're gonna do this virtual thing. It feels really strange because obviously I'm not inside. I'm in my camper van, and this was going to be my new home for a wee while until everything's sorted out. But unfortunately the internet's not very happy. So what I'm going to do, it keeps coming in and out from this end. It says it's either too slow, and then it comes back on with perfect streaming. So I'm just going to let it go for a bit and see if we can work something out. So kicked off tonight with a bit of the cafe orchestra for tippity tappity stuff. It feels a bit weird not being able to kind of check in with you, because I feel like I'm talking to the ether, but hopefully you're all having a nice time. And so that was the cafe orchestra, and tonight, as this is the beginning of a new season 27, and it's Acoustic BLiss Adventures in Limboland. Limbo is a state of uncertainty, not the religious context. It's just a state of uncertainty, and we're not quite sure where we're meant to be. That's us at the moment. We are obviously hoping at some point we'll be able to go back live in the pub. It's all us. It's all our circumstances at the moment. But anyway, now I've got a sore toe. Another story. Might tell you that one later. And if I can move my camera, I might even show you. But thanks, Moyra. Bandage is doing great. So what I wanted to do today was just remind people of some of the live stuff that's coming up. Obviously, we've got to dip into the archive. We've got videos. There's all sorts of things. It's just music. And actually, it was because last time we streamed, somebody said, "Oh, we're going to miss the chat." So this is so that you can chat, and the virtual and digital listeners can continue being the audience until such time that we're all, the live and the digital, merge and come back together. However, there will be some merging because Moyra has vowed to do two things. One is that she's going to be doing some streaming on her Facebook. Look at Moyra Turner. She's going to stream some of the acts tonight live from her phone. So look at Moyra with a Y, Moyra Turner, and she'll be streaming from her Facebook. And she's also, we can maybe play next week, so that if you haven't got Facebook, written is terrible. But I'll work on that as well. Anyway, so let's start as you mean to go on. And I thought what we would do now is do a bit of, so yeah, I just need to play something so that I can sort myself out. Now, today's theme, if you like, is it's kind of Arony. Arran, West Coast, Ayrshire, and this beautiful green and luscious place that we live in. And so all my things tonight are obviously music connections between us all. Oh, it's not happy. My internet's not happy. Sorry. Anyway, so all the things tonight are kind of related to that Aaron thingamies, that kind of thing. I feel really weird. It is really weird because I feel like I know you're there, but it's very odd, strange, strange connection. Anyway, so the first act I'm going to put on players, one of the last players of 2020, one of our last, and he was the last live songwriter session. It's saying it's too slow for quality, so we'll just awful tomorrow. Then I'll replay some of these videos if they're not working well. Let me just click this off. Right, so the reason I've chosen this is Wild Horse Will, and the reason I've chosen this is because Will works in Aaron. He I saw recently some posters, wake up the sun music. If Ruth's in the chat, she'll be able to tell you. And he's got some gigs coming up, and he's a really, really great guy. But he works on Aaron. He commutes on the boat, or I don't know what he's been doing over lockdown. But he's some guy, and this was a really great set that he gave us from 2020. So we're thinking about Aaron, Ayrshire, music, things to celebrate. Here we go. Enjoy this. If I can get it up. Here, oh, here we go. Right, fingers crossed you get it.
This next song is called Man on the Stairs. This is about a wee homeless guy that used to sit on the metro steps in the Saltcoats. Thank you. Okay. This next song's called Free As Ya. You can sing along if you want. It's quite easy. Thank you. Okay, I've been playing mostly originals, so this is another original. This is called Honeybee. This is usually the one I play at the end of all my sets. Just want to say thank you to Mark and Carol for having me. Thanks very much, guys. It's good to see John Duffy as well. I used to play with John. I don't know where John is. Hiya, how you doing? All right. Seen Stevie as well. This is called Honeybee.
Yes. What was it TV said? It's stabilised now. It was quite dodgy. It was dipping in and out. What did he say? Yes, it's stabilised now. Quite dodgy earlier. Those words actually apply to me because I was very unstable early on. So first, whilst it says perfect streaming, so I've just got to say, look, welcome everybody. I know that John Ben's in the chat. Brian, who at some undisclosed location. Ruth, hello Ruth. We've got Moyra, Mike, who's on his way out because he's got his leg in both camps. He's here and there and everywhere. Hello Mary, and whoever else is watching. Now I imagine that for the next few weeks most of our watchers are going to be on catch up because everything's kind of half back to normal, but because we can't be in the pub, what we're doing is we are doing this so that you digital people can still, well, I mean, I kept it going all this time. I'm not going to give up now, and as you can tell, there are technical issues, so we'll be streaming from a secret location, hopefully we as far away from any neighbours as possible, the neighbours, on a variety of different places and sites. But anyway, look, this is my my camping glass. Anyway, it is going to go up and down. If it goes off altogether, it hasn't actually completely shut off. It's got an anti-lag feature which hopefully will stabilize it for you. If it completely goes off, then we'll try it once, is I'll restart it and we'll start it at a lower resolution. Hadn't thought about that because this is the first time obviously we've done this. I couldn't chat before because even going on the chat spoilt the what am I saying? It reduced the Ujima flip for the focusing, you know, what do you call that thing? The internet. It's up above my head. But I'm using my other phone so I can chat a bit. So anyway, welcome to the grand experiment. So we experimented all last year with being locked up, and look what that did. And look what you got. And now we're experimenting with not being locked up. The bunker's open, we're out, and obviously on Thursday there's quite a lot of live music going on all over the place, but we are going to carry on streaming because that's what we do. So did you enjoy Wild Horse Will? I absolutely loved that reset. So the other thing is that I'm a bit random tonight because I'm a bit hyper because it's all been a bit frantic. And did I mention my toe? So what my plan for Limboland for the next few weeks until we go back to the pub is that I'm going to pick a theme each week and try and find music that relates to that. So my theme actually was so beautifully picked for me this week, but unfortunately I couldn't actually get the video. I'll say more about that later. But anyway, the theme tonight was Aaron. Well, I might as well tell you this now actually. No, Aaron. Ayrshire. Mountains, beaches, rivers, you know, just the beautifulness of the place that we in this musical community are fortunate enough to live in, and it's not an accident that I think the music and the beauty go hand in hand. There's some amazing things. Anyway, so I've chosen things tonight that are either about mountains or the sea or beauteousness or Aaron or Ayrshire. But anyway, almost everything in it has come from Aaron or Ayrshire. So let's start with a bit of this, right? Because now if they're watching, I can't see if they're here yet, but they might be surprised to see this. But this video has stayed in my head. Is it a media too? Yeah, this video has stayed in my head ever since I first played it, and well, lots of them do, but this one just kind of sums up. Well, it's the ness of the video. Shut up, Carol. Let's get on with it. So, welcome to Acoustic BLiss Limboland from what we call Horse, which is our camper van, at an undisclosed location. Look, this is what we mean when we talk about our beautiful West Coast.
Like any working boy, but the price was always peanuts. The cost was way too high. It's time to leave this city, you and I. Come away with me, darling. Come away with me now. Come away with me, darling. Come away with me. Laughed and told him where to go. 'Cause I have seen the writing, wings will lift us high. It's time to leave this city, time to fly. Come away with me, darling. Come away with me now. Come away with me, darling. Come away with me now. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Come away with me. Come away with me. Come away with me. Yeah. Woo! Tell you what we're going to do. We'll take the high road, me and you, and board the ferry as the sun goes down. And Kildonan will be waiting, and the moon will light our way. We'll dance again across the yellow bay. Come away with me, darling. Come away with me now. Come away with me, darling. Come away with me now. Come away with me, darling. Come away with me now. Come away with me, darling. Come away with me now. Come away with me, darling. Come away with me now. Come away with me, darling. Come away with me now.
Oh yes, so brilliant song. I don't know if the Issit Bissits are in the house tonight. Everybody, I know that everybody's busy, and I know that some people might think it's a bit odd that I'm carrying on streaming, but actually I couldn't. Well, if we didn't stream, if we didn't do this, then there would be nothing for the digital watchers who've been supporting us for the last 7 years. And actually August is always a bit of a strange time anyway because of holidays, so quite often it's either quiet in the pub and quiet online, or it's mobbed in the pub. I mean, it's often quiet online, except for people watching afterwards. Anyway, so I see in the chat we've got what have we got? Dode. Now, so I need to apologise for last week because obviously we couldn't do this last week because we didn't have any power. It was a very long story, but we did get caught in the motorway pile-up. We were lucky; we weren't actually involved in it at all, and we weren't in danger. There were just hours and hours and hours of tailbacks, and what that meant was that we couldn't go to where we were going to stay on the Wednesday, which meant we couldn't charge anything up, which meant when on the Thursday we had to just go straight down to the hospital, and again not getting anything charged up. And then on the Thursday night we ended up somewhere where we couldn't plug into power anyway, so that just meant that we had no power, and I couldn't power my laptop or anything. Dode, love him, thank you so much for dropping off a generator, and I'm really sorry that it was confusing because we weren't actually here, and I felt really bad because I didn't get your message till the next day because my phone went off. It sounds crazy, but it was a crazy thing, crazy week last week. So yeah, but thank you, Dode, really appreciate that, and it was so kind to think that people are like rallying round. It was lovely, people rallying round. But I'll know, listen, if we do run out of electricity here, not here, at home, or maybe I should just have a call Dode service anywhere wherever we are in the country. We used to have a little generator of our own actually, but Mark and Billy actually took it apart and used it to try and make start a car. I think they were trying to make hydrogen or something, I don't know, but anyway, that never got put back together. So that was James Bissett, and I just love that bit of film. Yeah, and Ruth's right, it's not Aaron, it's Ailsa Craig, which is a magnificent lump of rock out in the sea that you can see from pretty much all of our bit of coastline, but it's just the thing, the sea, the rolling waves, lovely, and I've really reconnected with the seaside and the shore this year. Absolutely love it. Grew up by the sea and I completely love it. Anyway, now what she did say was that wasn't Aaron, and I'm not entirely sure whether this next little bit of film, no, I'm not going to play that anyway. So I'm going to play this next because we're talking a little bit about the West Coast, and she's looking down to see if she'll do this now. No. No, she's not going to do that now. For goodness sakes. Right. Yeah, because if I tell you, so this is the first time I've used this laptop, this particular laptop. This is my new, and it's all different, everything. So I've had a bit of a mare, and at quarter to eight, right, this is before I knew that we had a problem with all the, when I do that, I mean the internet. At quarter to eight, this beautiful thing told me that it didn't recognise any of my files. I've got my hat on because I pulled out clumps of hair. Not really, but I felt like it. Anyway, let's see. Right. I know what we're going to do next. Now, I found this. So, Ailsa Craig isn't Aaron, obviously. But Aaron is a fantastic place. And, I know. No. It was all going to be like, you've heard all that before. But anyway, I found this, and it's got nothing. It's not about Aaron, but it's a lovely thing, and it's got the word mountain in it, and so it reminds me of Goat Fell on Aaron, and Aaron. There is a reason why I wanted to pick Aaron tonight, and then I widened it out because actually there aren't that many things that we've done at Bliss that are about Aaron specifically. So this next song has got a mountain in it, and it made me happy. And you know how I like to play things that make me happy. So let me see if I'm on the right thing. It's on major one. Here we go. Enjoy this, because I will.
Come down the mountain, Katy Daly. Come down the mountain, Katy Doo. Can't you hear us calling, Katy Daly? We won't try your Irish Mountain Dew. Our old man Katy came from Tipperary in the pining years of 42. Our old man, he was shot in Tombstone City for making the Irish Mountain Dew. Come down the mountain, Katy Daly. Come down the mountain, Katy Doo. Can't you hear us calling, Katy Daly? We won't drink your Irish Mountain Dew. Wake up and pay attention, Katy Daly. I am the judge that's going to sentence you. All the boys in court have drank your whiskey and tell you the truth, I've drank it too. Down the mountain, Katy Daly. Come down the mountain, Katy Doo. Can't you hear us calling, Katy Daly? We want for your Irish Mountain Dew. Well, at the Golden Gates they stood for Katy, but very soon the gates were open wide. An angel came for poor old Katy Daly and took her far across the great divide. Come down the mountain, Katy Daly. Let's all sing. Come down the mountain, Katy Daly. Can't you hear us calling, Katy Daly? We want drink your Irish Mountain Dew. Now up there they do. Very soon the gates were open wide. An angel came for poor old Katy Daly and took her far across the great divide. Come down the mountain, Katy Daly. Come down the mountain, Katy Doo. She'll never more be coming round the mountains. We never more will drink her Irish brew. All these Irish songs sings about drink.
Danny, before you start the dancing now, you have to remember the defibrillator's not here yet. The defibrillator gets installed next week, like, you know.
Oh, it's worse on this laptop. So that was Danny Brackenridge. And unfortunately, and honestly, I'm quite upset because we had problems with the internet. That was 2017, and we had problems with the internet, and some things don't change, but that was in the pub, and it dropped off just shortly into the next song that he sang, and then it didn't come back on until he was just, you know, finishing. So unfortunately, that's all that remains of that reset. But see, Ayrshire, it's not just folk music, it's all sorts of music from all over. And Ayrshire, the West Coast, mountains, and of course on a clear day, and we've had some really amazing clear days here this year particularly. I don't know whether it's the lack of pollution, I don't know what it is, but on a clear day you can see Ireland, and that's what he was singing about. You can see Ireland, the coast of Ireland, Northern Ireland, really clearly. In fact, there was one day, well, I'm not joking, I could see all the houses on Ireland. I could see them clear as day, and I could see Ireland it looked like you could swim to it. Not that I'd try. Anyway, so that's Danny Brackenridge, and yeah, and Danny's he is a folk singer. We bumped into a variety of different things. He is one of the sort of earlier session regulars, and it was Danny that brought Willie along to the sessions, and that was life changing for him. So anyway, thank you, Danny. So we're still in this sort of So my idea, and if I hadn't had such a panic about everything, then it would have been seamless, Mike Abbott. But my idea for Limboland is that I'm going to pick some kind of theme every week, and kind of hook music together from that. I'm going to have some features, because what I'm hoping is that when we get back to live, we'll still be able to do these things, and people like TV, people can still send James Bissett, they can still send their videos in. Anybody can, and I might actually try, once I've got a little bit more time and income, then I might try and tout for more videos from further afield. I just haven't had it. So why am I got this out? Oh, I know, yeah. So I've been thinking that I'm gonna have a few features every week. So maybe sort of like I can't remember my own writing there. Oh yeah, my hardworking muso thing. We're going to do that. We'll try and have one video from the archive when we go back to live, but I'm going to try and I know that's what we've been doing, but I want to try and move away from the bunker. We've left the bunker, and try and merge. Eventually we'll have live and the digital thing. They'll go back to being one thing, and hopefully we'll be able to have both. I'm thinking about maybe a now and then sort of feature where we look at some of our players as they were and as they are now, because we've got some cracking players that started as just tiny little musical babies. Obviously, what makes Carol happy, we're going to have one of those. Keep going with that. I didn't do it every week, but we've got that. And any other suggestions, really? Now, I have got a spot for tonight, but I'm going to play that later, because I'm going to make one of these if I can every week. Anyway, let's have some more music. So let's just temporarily then keep on our Aaron theme, right? And let me show you this. Now, because my internet was pants, my personal internet on my phone was pants earlier, I couldn't download any of the posters, so you'll have to forgive me. But so I will tell you about them. So Wild Horse Will, Wake Up the Sun, Wake the Sun Music. If you look him up on Facebook, and I think they might be a website, he's actually paying Wild Horse Will, or Will and the Wild Horse. You'll find him under those things. They're playing at a festival, and he's playing at a festival, and I think he's got a band as well. So but he is well worth looking up. And his name is Hugh, I think. Ruth might know. Oh, have fun in the pub, Mike. We'll see you soon. I thought you'd gone already. I would have played you. We'll play you whilst you're playing. So anyway, let me play this, because this, my friends, is another thing that is connected to Aaron. Okay, so I'll just play a little bit of this, and then we'll go, but you'll see. So you'll see, you'll know, and if you don't know the connection to Aaron, then
Get him off her mind until the night. She put that bottle to her hand and pulled the trigger, and finally drank away his memory.
Seems you never know a good thing until it's gone, slipping through my fingers. But that's just the price I pay.
So I missed the very beginning of that, but that was a little bit of a fantastic folk trio, and actually sometimes they're a quadruple quartet, right? And I'm going to play a little bit of the trio playing. So awesome little thing that was. And so that is, do you remember Donald Boyle? He's a fantastic fiddle player, and he is his family business. Him and his daughter, they run Crofters Music over in Arran. If you ever get to come to Ayrshire, or if you're from Ayrshire and you haven't yet been to Arran, if you can, the ferries are all booked up, but if you can manage to get a ferry, Crofters is in Brodick, and it's been a fantastic cafe restaurant sort of bar thing for many years, but COVID meant they had to really change what they did, and one thing they did was they did deliveries, and they made up boxes of beautiful local Arran things, foodie stuff. And they also, Donald set about, he signed up to a thing called My Player, which is like Scottish. It's a Glasgow version of iPlayer. It's obviously smaller, but the idea is to provide a platform for people to play things on, it's like a mini television station. And Donald was streaming Anchorline and he paid for other bands to go and stream, so there's stuff you can look there, My Player. But obviously Anchorline, they're connected to Bliss because Stevie bass and JP, yeah, it's them. So we're going to play a little bit of this, and I think you'll like this. Anchorline.
Dancing, sweet dragonfly, live your life in a day. Fly by flowers passing by, love you bring flowers in May. Just another sign in the silver rain, born to love and die, and leave again. That's the reason why. Dance, sweet dragonfly. Flying high, dance and weave through the air, catch the sun as you ride, all in a long summer's day. Just another sign in the silver rain, born to love and die, and leave again. That's the reason why. Dance, sweet dragonfly. All the secrets she knows, never seeming to care. As she comes, so she goes. Just another sign in the silver rain, born to love and die, and leave again. That's the reason why. Dance, sweet dragonfly. dragonfly. Live your life in a day. Fly by fleas passing by. Love you bring flowers in May. Just another sigh in the silver rain, born to love and die, and leave again. That's the reason why. Dance sweet dragonfly, just another sigh in the silver rain, born to love and die, and leave again. That's the reason why. Dance sweet dragonfly.
I didn't know it was going to come back to me because I didn't mean for it to. But just as an addendum, this film, Anchorline, and it was made by Caroline, who used to work behind the bar, who will be having a baby very soon, another Bliss baby. So let's just continue in that vein, because Anchorline, Crofters, Aaron, beautiful, music, food, wow. Let's see if we can...
Over yonder stands little Maggie, dram glass in her hand, drinking away a sorrow, courting another man. Pretty flowers, they're made for blooming, pretty stars, they're made to shine, pretty women, they're made for loving. Little Maggie was made for mine. Over yonder stands little Maggie, dram glass in her hand, drinking away a sorrow, courting another man. Oh well, first time I saw little Maggie, she's standing by the banks on the Lee, 44 on her shoulder. Oh Maggie, won't you go along with me? Over yonder stands little Maggie, dram glass in her hand, drinking away the sorrow, courting another man. So go away, go away, little Maggie, and do the best you can. I will find me another woman. You can find you another man. Over yonder stands little Maggie, drum glass in her hand, drinking away a sorrow, courting another man. Over yonder stands little Maggie, drum glass in her hand, drinking away a sorrow, courting another man.
Oh, for goodness sakes. Oh, it's a shame that M'Abbott's gone, because then he would be able to put in the comments seamless, wouldn't he? Anyway, get the hang of it one day. You've no idea. There's so many things. So many things. Anyway, talking to M'Abbott, he's just left the building. Now, I just want to say something, because I know it is a bit confusing, because Ruth has told me that Steve Duncan, hello Steve, if you're watching on Catch Up, didn't think it was on tonight. It is all a bit confusing, and this is why I've called it Limboland, because what's happened is the pub, of course, has opened. Restrictions ended on the 9th of August, so the pub's opened and live music is back. There is the, if you are about in Ayrshire on a Tuesday from 2, they have an around the table session all afternoon until tea time, which is great for, especially if you're not keen on a spotlight, or you're learning, or a beginner, you just want to get back into things, because you just join in with whatever playing. And it isn't folk music, it's not all folk music. I mean, it's whatever music people turn up to play. So if you've got a song and you just take it with you and everybody joins in, it's awesome. So that's Tuesday. Thursday there is the round table session from 7:30ish in the pub, and then it's starting a little bit early because I think the pub has to shut at 12, so they start about 9:30ish at the back after the early session. And it's Duffy's, well, he's sort of keeping the seat warm, isn't he, for Acoustic BLiss, so that there is some open mic. And as you saw the last time I streamed, I am really upset that we're not able to be there, but we're not, and there's no use in crying about it, Carol. So, but what there is going to be this strange period where there is live music and there is open mic and there are familiar faces in the pub. And if you want to play, you can go. I mean, TV, leave now and you could be there first thing in the morning. But I decided that I wasn't going to give up streaming, because there is quite a lot of people who, I mean, there's, last week or the before, there was a couple of hundred people that watched between the two, between YouTube and live stream. And so there's quite a lot of people that watch, and if you're watching on Catch Up, you're just as important as the people that are in the live chat. And I decided that it wasn't fair really just to abandon. And anyway, I've kept it going for 17 months. I don't know how long we're not going to be able to go back into the pub for, but we're all right. So don't worry. And it's nothing to do with the pub. It's just us. It's what's going on for us. And but we will go back live. And when we go back live, obviously there are people in the chat who haven't experienced Acoustic BLiss live. They've only had it on the archive. Well, it's even more chaotic. Even more chaotic in the live in the pub. But what I want to try and do is take some of the best, if that's possible, of what we've done digitally, and add bits of that into what we do in the bar. We'll see how that works. But yeah, so eventually, at some point, those of you who are watching online, you will notice the difference because you'll see that we're in the bar. But what I mean is that we're not going to stop streaming because we know that people like it. And for some of you, you are still isolated and you are still not as able to go out and do stuff like you would before. So and I'm in that category myself. So I I'm going to keep going. But do not, I mean, I was joking a bit about one leg in, one leg out, and sort of being split, but please, people shouldn't feel, it's not a question of, loyalty, because, going to the pub or coming to watch online, it's the same. It just means temporarily we're a bit split. I am trying to work out with Moyra. I don't know if Moyra's still watching. Moyra, I can't message you because I've got phone issues, but we're going to try and work something out with Moyra. Anyway, this man, right, is it like Phil Collins being in, flying between two continents for Live Aid? But anyway, this man is digitally here, is with us, and he's live in the bar. What is that?
Howdy folks, welcome back to the Lockdown Lounge with me and Mooney. There's a song from Delamitri called Nothing Ever Happens. Post office clerks put up signs saying position closed, and secretaries turn off typewriters and put on their coats. Janitors padlock the dates for security guards to patrol. Bachelors phone up their friends for a drink while the married ones turn on a chat show. And they'll all be lonely tonight and lonely tomorrow. Gentlemen, time please, you know we can't serve anymore. Now the traffic lights change to stop when there's nothing to go. And by 5 o'clock everything's dead, and every third car is a cab, and ignorant people sleep in their beds like the doped white mice in the college lab. And nothing ever happens, nothing happens at all. The needle returns to the start of the song, and we all sing along like before. And we'll all be lonely tonight and lonely tomorrow. Telephone exchanges click while there's nobody there. The Martians could land in the car park and no one would care. The closed circuit cameras in department stores shoot the same movie every day. And the stars of these films neither die nor get killed, just survive on constant action replay. And nothing ever happens, nothing happens at all. The needle returns to the start of the song, and we'll all sing along like before. And we'll all be lonely tonight and lonely tomorrow. Bill hoardings advertise products that nobody needs, while Angry from Manchester writes to complain about all the repeats on TV. And computer terminals report some gains on the values of copper and tin, while American businessmen snap up Van Goghs for the price of a hospital wing. And nothing ever happens, nothing happens at all. The needle returns to the start of the song, and we all sing along like before. And nothing ever happens, nothing happens at all. They'll burn down the synagogues at 6 o'clock, and we'll all go along like before. And we'll all be lonely tonight and lonely tomorrow. Cheers, folks. As usual, stay safe.
Steve. M'Abbott! Chloe! Oh. Right, Chloe, just before you appeared in the chat, I did say that I wasn't going to get upset this week because I got upset a couple of weeks ago. But I just had a surge. Because I found that Helen McLaughlin is on YouTube, Real, who says hello, and I was there that night, I remember it well, but I don't recognise your photo because it's a bit squished. And Chloe is in the chat, and so I felt this sort of surge of love and, you know, and that was M'Abbott, and what a great song. Yeah, and so how brilliant that he has taken the time to do a video, and he's going to the pub to entertain the punters. Now Moyra says it's busy in the pub, and well, Kenny and Mojo are in the house. Now I have not actually been able to sort out how we can't tie the stream in as yet, but I'm working on it. But not for tonight. So Moyra, if you don't mind, Moyra's going to do some recording somehow or other with some sort of technical, logical whiz. It's Jonathan. Sorry, I've just seen No. Have you got a beard? Oh my goodness! Jonathan! Oh, well, there, look, see, I'm getting daft in me old. Oh, hello, Jonathan. How are you? Well, look, so we're all joining hands. TV says hugs are inappropriate in certain directions, but I think if we're all having a collective hug, it's fine. Do you like my curtains? I've got curtains tonight. They're actually blinds, but hey. So now I didn't know. Welcome, by the way. Welcome, Helen and Jonathan. Welcome. And welcome, Chloe. Oh yes, when I get home, I'm gonna. So I've got something for you, Chloe. Right. Unfortunately, you missed. Well, you missed one of the young men right at the beginning. Will and the Wild Horse. You'll have to replay that. Now, apparently, Bill A has had his head and a vice collided. I think he stood up. I'm so sorry to hear that. Horrible. Let me. Oh, now if you can see my toe. Now I'm the health and safety rep, and I am extremely careful about trailing wires round about the workshop. I'm annoying about health and safety. I do the boys' heads in, and I do all the students that used to do their heads in about things. But anyway, at our house at home, we left a trailing wire, and I tripped over it, and I thought I'd broken my toe, which was quite horrible because it was bleeding as well. And and you know that sort of shock when you think, oh, it doesn't look right. Well, anyway, so luckily for me, Moyra was coming round anyway that day, and Moyra's a nurse, so Moyra, sterling job, right? It's like Moyra, it's absolutely brilliant, because I was worried I wouldn't be able to walk or go to sleep or anything. Right, we've had another comment here. Hello, I'm just back from Ireland. Honestly, but your photo is squishy. It's squished. I don't know if that was us that we did that. Anyway, so sore foot. It's hampered me quite a lot, I've got to say, but I don't think it's broken. And Moyra says I might lose I don't take the plaster off. Because she says I might lose my nail, so that's not happening. I'm not going to look at it. But anyway, thank you, Moyra, because actually your bandaging is so brilliant that it's really lovely and cushioned. Anyway, so and my face is getting bigger, Chloe. My face is getting bigger. I was doing this today. Like, it's amazing the difference if you pull bits of your body off. Anyway, let's. I've obviously spent too much time on my own in a camper van. And Bill Allinson's you are the health and safety manager. I just remembered. We'll make a video about that. Anyway, I'm so glad that I've got to chat because Chloe earlier on, because we had problems with our internet, I couldn't connect the chat and stream. That felt really weird. I felt like I was talking to myself, you know, vainly singing in front of a mirror with my hairbrush. I've done that. Anyway, now what I do want to tell you all is that it's not going to be a late one tonight because obviously power and all that kind of thing, and potentially annoying people and all that. Not you, obviously I'll annoy you, but neighbours and that. So I'm going to aim for about 10:30. Obviously not religious, but I think a couple of hours when we're on less power is thingamy is appropriate. So I'll be finishing a bit earlier than normal, but then that also means if any of you are in air, you can still get to the pub. Now, my new feature. So this is I didn't know Chloe would be here tonight. So I've got to. I always try and find something with a nice young man, so that Chloe can enjoy. And I've got. Well, now you'll have seen this. You know, you've seen all the young men. In fact, you'll have reviewed him in your Sunside Sun blog spot. But I've got a new feature. So this is the beginning of this. So this is for Chloe, but this is one of my new features that I've planned for each week. And my feature is called The Show Must Go On. And every week I'm going to try and I'm going to highlight a bit of one of the programmes where things didn't quite go to plan and the show had to go on. The show must go on. And so this week my show must go on. Well, I'm not going to say, I'm just going to I'm going to right, so it's in two stages, right, this so we'll just play it. So remember, we are in Limbo. It's Acoustic BLiss in Limboland until such time that the digital Bliss can meet up with the live Bliss and we can be as one once again. Until that time, this is Limboland and we're not in the bunker. We're on 4 wheels and I want to try and make it a bit different. Obviously we're using archive material, of course, and we're still using videos that people send in, but I'm going to try and do things a bit differently. So the show must go on. This made me laugh. Probably not as much as you'll probably not laugh as much as me, but hey, Jonathan, you might have been here for this one as well.
Are you ready for a bit of Lee McGilvray? No, but do you know what? I'm not even building him up for nothing. He is actually Lee McGilvray, the Flew the Arrow. We love him.
Hey, it's good to be back in the hometown. I've been stuck in Glasgow for too long, but I have just had a nice summer rolling about fields with my friends and playing music. Thought I'd come home and walk the dog a day and see my mum, and I thought I'd give you guys a shout and come along, so very nice to be here. Thank you. We start off with a new song. It's going to be recorded in my next EP for the Salt Town. It's called Town of Spring. fan of really long intros, by the way. It's a nice jacket.
Now, I don't know if you... Right, sorry, that flipped into the next part. So that was The Show Must Go On, and that was Lee McGilvray, as in Flew the Arrow, who is also gigging and doing stuff. So you need to check him out. Flew the Arrow, fantastic guy. He's playing at some festivals. Can't remember the name of the one. Again, I was going to download them, but anyway, check him out. Lee McGilvray, Flew the Arrow, fantastic guitar player, and he writes a lot of great stuff. But he was in the pub. I don't know if Jonathan was there this night. He was in the bar the night, and you heard him. What he said there, Deej, was nice jacket, because a man walked up to him and opened his jacket to him, and I've had to cut. I didn't want to. Well, I didn't want to highlight the guy's face again, so I've cut him out, right? But basically, a man walked up to him and opened his what was basically a Rain Mac to him. Were you there this night? I think you might have been, Chloe. And then, obviously, I went to try and salvage the situation and sort of tried to explain to him and sort of tried to get him to move down the bar. But then as he moved down the bar, he caused all kind of mayhem. I believe, if Duffy was in the chat, he'd be able to confirm this, but he went to punch JP. I think Duffy intervened, as did John Gourlay, JP's dad. And Gemma, I think, actually shouted and jumped over the bar. So, Lee McGilvray, The Show Must Go On. He is my number one. This is the number one award, if there was going to be one, so far, because he just kept playing. Love him. So this is part 2, and I tell you this because you can see, obviously he plays. I don't know how much you can hear. It might depend on your stereo system, but you can see Lee's looking, and anyway, we'll just keep playing. But don't be utterly distracted, because the music of Lee McGilvray is also great. Right, let me just do this, and then we'll play.
So yeah, that last song was kind of all about springtime forming and life coming together, which is a very important time of the year for myself. That's alright, I'm gonna keep the good vibes going. So I'll play some rock and roll. Crikey, can't take the reins anywhere. I get more volume in the Well, into the good folks. It's alright, it just takes the attention off my really bad tuning skills. So it was we got it. Rock and roll. So, unlike individuals that might resort to violence, I wrote this song for the aspect of letting your mind free and being more at peace. This one's called Trail of Thought. Ruckus.
Though all of your days seem to form into one, Texas awakening makes your mind start to run. Each worry surrounds you, and you forget to breathe. Don't fret, there's still life to come. It's a fight you must fight, and the wars you must win. The balance outrageous, and I'm not giving in. For all that I am, this world that I can't see is a branch among trees, or a seed among leaves. Oh, myself true. All of these pages are frail and few. See, we've all got our stories to tell, caught between lines, and realize that everything you thought you knew dissipates, and you're born unto a world filled with color and vibrancy. And you float away, yeah. And so I form in a new life, released from perception of humankind, all to become mind of my own, never lost, never found, never alone. Oh, 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 yeah, yeah, yeah. Come this far, though you've only begun, realizing the answers to the things left undone. And by the time you're sure of the choices you make, everything becomes so clear. For the struggle you feel when you're against the tides is a balance outweighed by the love you can find. Remembering the depths of your inner strength, it all becomes effortless. Your experiences that on you, you'll find that everything you thought you knew dissipates, and you're born unto a world filled with color and vibrancy. Float away, yeah, yeah. Wildered in the every passing memory that I failed to revive, and so I form in a new life, released from perceptions of humankind, all to become mind of my own, never lost, never found, never alone. Whoa, oh, oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Thank you. Wasn't that exciting? We've got one or two left, Carol. Sorry, I'm letting you listen to my... Okay, excellent. I'm glad. I'm all about the soothingness. I could be playing some ruckus, blues or rock and roll right now, and the whole bar would be a total stream of pints flying. Right, so that was like two of my new songs I'm recording for my next EP. I'm gonna just do a wee cover now.
something you might know, I don't know. A wee country cover who likes country music. I'm sure most of you may do here. Right, so this one here is from my pal Megan in here. Oh, this tune right here. She's back to China next week, eh? First I thought Africa, but a different continent, whole world away. There you go. So this one's a cover I've been playing for a while for my friends. And the guy that wrote it just played Kelvin Grove Bandstand last week. You know John Brown? Anybody know John Brown? The song's called That's the Way the World Goes Round. I know a guy's got a lot to lose. He's a pretty nice fella. He's kinda confused. He's got muscles in his head. Ain't never been you. Thinks he owns half of this town. Starts swinging heavy. Gets a big head nose. Beats his old lady with a rubber hose. And he takes her out to dinner. Buys her new clothes. That's the way that the world goes round. Woo! That's the way that the world goes round. You're up one day, the next you're down. It's a half an inch of water when you think you're gonna drown. That's the way that the world goes round. You. Fuck that. Okay, so when I heard this song, this is the verse that really caught me. I was laying in the bathtub, counting my toes when the radiator broke. The world froze, I was stuck in the ice without my clothes, naked as the eyes of a clown. I was crying ice cubes, hoping I'd coke when the sun came through the window and the house all broke. I stood up and laughed, thought it was a joke. That's the way the world goes round. That's the way that the world goes round. You're up one day, and the next you're down. It's a half an inch of water. That's the way that the world goes round. You're up one day, and the next you're down. It's a half an inch of water, and you think you're gonna drown. That's the way that the world goes. So,
Hello, MacArthur, Jamie, and Caroline, and Bump. Hello. So, that was. Oh, I've left the fridge open. That was Lee McGilvray, and if you've just arrived, as Jamie MacArthur has, that was my new feature slot, which is called The Show Must Go On. Bit naff in the title, but it's because actually every one I'm going to pick is where something's happened and people have just carried on regardless. Lee McGilvray, awesome. So what you can't see is the man trying to hit people as he walked down the bar after flashing his Mac at Lee, and then getting huckled out, Gemma leaping over the bar. I don't know if you could hear her shouting, I might have cut that bit out as well. Getting he got huckled outside, and then he proceeded to take all his clothes off. And there's a little bit of film which I didn't cut out, but Mark saying that he saw his bum. And of course, if you remember, the pub has got a very big picture window at the front, so anybody that was sitting at that part of the bar had a ringside seat to the man. Of course, the police were called because then he tried to get in a taxi. Was it? Now I don't know. Bernie and Paddy, Was it your taxi you tried to get into? They might be out, they might not watch this, but they may watch it on catch up. But he tried to get into some... Anyway, it was one of them. It was one of those nights. We never saw him before, and we never saw him again after that, not surprisingly. But yeah, and Lee McGilvray, because if you've not been in the bar, what you can't know is that from the stage you can see right down the bar, right to the back, and you can even see through the front window. So, for example, if there's a police blue light going, you can see everything really. So he, absolute star. But everybody was that night, because Duffy, cool head. John Gourlay saved his son. Gemma, see, if you've got Gemma on your team, you're sorted. Over that bar. And yeah, but you see, we pride ourselves on our well, basically not really having any aggro, and he was dealt with. I mean, I'm kind of laughing about it now, but obviously it was not so funny for JP and John at the time, but he was dealt with, you know, with respect and with kindness, and it was he that took his clothes off. It wasn't anything to do with us at all. But anyway, just another one of the bizarre nights. In fact, last week, there was one of the last time I streamed. There was a slideshow of people, you know, the 50s and the 100s, and one of them was a bride. Did you see that? Do you remember that? And it was actually a man in a very long blonde wig. Well, you know, that was Press Fest, and he actually was chained to a very small man in a full leather gimp suit. Yes. So I was quite upset that he was number 500 or 700 or whatever. So it's never dull. And Helen McLaughlin, her retinas are burnt from that afternoon. Anyway, yes. Oh, so I should say, hello, Mrs. Power. Hello, Mrs. P. Over in Canada, you've got to shout because they're a bit further away. Hope you're all right. Yeah, so anyway, I've noticed what time it is. How does that happen? Is it because I go on? Do I go on about? Anyway, let's just get rid of a couple of those because that was fantastic. So I know what I'm playing next though, right? Because there's been stuff in the chat. There were things in the chat. And my next guest, well, this is our third person. No, it's not. I don't know what that is. I don't actually know what that is. Oh, you got to laugh, haven't you? I did actually cry earlier, but it wasn't any nice tears. It was just frustration at everything going wrong. Anyway, have a bit of this. You'll know all about it. Ruth, everybody, you'll know.
Welcome back to the sauna, everybody. Although it's not so much sauna-ish in here as Scottish. It's grey, miserable, windy. I don't know where the term Scottish came from to describe weather like that. Anyway, what I'm going to do today is an update of a Sally song that I first recorded for Acoustic BLiss back in March or April time. Seems like longer than 4 or 5 months ago. And I listened to it again and thought actually Sally's lyrics deserved a better attempt at a tune and a better attempt at playing than I managed the first time. So hopefully this is going to be that better attempt. My only worry really is if I look back on this version in 4 or 5 months' time, will I feel the same, that it deserves a better attempt? Anyway, there is a backing track, naturally. I'll just set that going. Complicated song again, this one. It's amazing what you can do with just 2 chords. Or maybe 3.
Sitting at the table, a cup in your hand. You should tell him now, he'll never understand. When the flame has died and you had to say, you cannot brush the ashes away and pretend it's on in your head.
is dead. Give it blood, paint it red. Smiling and you tingle down inside. It's by your side and it's now. You decide, can't go on anymore, not like this. This is it, the last embrace, the last kiss, the last kiss. He's closing the door, there's a tear in your eye. Now's not the time to talk, it's not the time to cry. When the flame had died and you had to say you could not brush the ashes away and pretend it's on when we both knew. Letting pity drag it on, not me, it's you. Feeling cold, painted blue. Those dreams are all over, they're all packed away. Tomorrow's not coming, I've just got today. The flame, it had died and I had to say it was time to brush the cold ashes away. Pretending no more, the dream, it is cracked. Not cold, just alone. You're not coming back. Over and done, painted black. It died, though I still live on. Still my life, the love of my youth has gone. Slice of rocks, a dirty black hole with remorse leaves such a bad depression on the soul, on the soul. Sat at a table, a smile on his face. Who's on his arm now? Who's in your place? When the flame had died and you had to say the ashes are gone now, they're all slept away. No need to pretend everything's right. Time to forget. Turn off the lights. Give me a brush, I'll paint it white.
Well, TV. Thank you very much. Sally's back. Fantastic, and well done, Marie, for staying. That was fantastic. Did freak me out completely though when it went red, because here when the film goes yellow, I know that I've got like 15 seconds or something. And then when it goes to red, it's the final countdown to it going off. And I was like, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Anyway, thank you. Oh, brilliant! And I do love. I love that you put effort into making films for us. It's absolutely brilliant. In fact, there's a whole. I'm actually thinking that might be one of my themes for 1 week, is actually dipping into the amazing selection of videos that we've had over the last years. I bet that's been going like crazy. Still going. Video. I'm sorry. Anyway, so I know Ruth's got to go, but I just wanted to say that that the actual motivation for making this week about Aaron and Ayrshire and loveliness, and which we've sort of touched on a bit, was because something lovely happened this week, and so I'm going to play this film. It's only short, it's only a couple of minutes, and then I'm going to tell you, and then I'm going to play another bit of film, which is all good as well. So, enjoy.
Here's our wee pal. Hey! Say hello to Sealy McSealface. Hello, fellow whiskey trialers. I'm here at the Corrie Hotel in Arran. It's a nice little special whiskey talks, whatever. Yeah, it's going to be a whiskey walk, I think. I am kind of walking. I'm walking into the beer garden here at the Corrie Hotel. Like I said, a little bit of work going on in the background. The guy is really good. He's constantly doing this place up. But as you can see, lovely little hotel, and check out this view. I mean, it is absolutely spectacular here. We had a sea view room as well, and just check it out, guys. I mean, it's absolutely stunning here. You can't really ask for much more. Coming to a wee island, drinking some fine whiskies. Obviously we have the Arran Malt Lochranza distillery and the new Lag distillery, which is going to have some malts coming out of it soon. I think they're going to purely be doing peated whiskies, and I think they're going to start off with a whisky that was distilled in Lochranza distillery from a peated barley, which will be going down to Lag for their sort of first one. So that'll probably be slightly different than the stuff that comes out of Lag in the future. But yeah, check this place out, guys. I'm just going to come off camera and just give you a little pan around. So we've already seen seals and...
Oh, so why am I showing you that? Well, some of you might remember really early in lockdown that was Neil, and he is a whiskey trialer, and he has a YouTube channel called The Whiskey Trials. And if you like whiskey, and he started his channel before lockdown, and his plan was to go to various places, do a trial and a trail, and taste the whiskey. But unfortunately COVID sort of stopped some of that in its tracks. But anyway, some of you may realise that of course Aaron and whiskey, there's a name that would crop up if you said both of those. So for those of you that knew our Peter Pollock, and those words, whiskey, a wee juror, and Aaron, love of Aaron, were those two went hand in hand. And a really amazing thing happened actually, because I've hardly been on Facebook. I at all, as some of you will have noticed probably. Sorry. And I just happened to put it on one day because I was checking for a message that someone said they'd sent me, and actually what came up in front of my face was it was a message from Peter Pollock's niece, asking the Acoustic BLiss cafe, not even the main Acoustic BLiss site. She wanted to. She knew that Peter had had been to BLiss and played some of his songs, and she wanted to know if anybody knew where they were, and well, it was great. People had replied, but obviously the archive is enormous, and nobody was quite sure. But I just happened to see it, and as some of you may remember, we did a whole tribute night to Peter in January, the week after he died, and so I didn't know exactly where they were, but I knew how to find them anyway. So the reason I'm saying this now is that a really lovely thing happened in that I messaged her and said, I'll try and find them. When do you need them for? And she said, well, actually tomorrow ideally, because we plan to go on a walk up Gatefell. We're going to go to Arran and take a walk, and I'd really like to play my uncle's song that he wrote about Arran, and we plan that when we get to the top we're going to have a wee dram, and spread some of his ashes. And I just thought, what a beautiful thing. And Peter, I've got to tell you, he was our staunchest supporter and our fiercest critic, and he absolutely he only missed Thursday nights if he was in Arran and he didn't have any internet, or he was in hospital. So that's what got me thinking about the beauteousness of Arran and Ayrshire and everything. So I'm gonna play this now because I think I know Doe's got the whiskey out, so we dram and that whiskey trails. I mean, that was a little bit, that bit of that he showed you. You can't see Gatefell because it's kind of behind you, and that's the road that goes sort of round the coast, and it's a bit before Gatefell. But anyway, it's a beautiful place, and Peter absolutely loved it, and he wrote this song, and this is what she was looking for. And I understand she had problems with the ferry, so she's going to be doing it tomorrow, I think. So tomorrow at some point in the afternoon, if you would you might not be able to raise a glass if you're at work, but anyway, let's do it now. So let's have a bit of this, and so he explains it himself.
Scotland, this is actually about Arran. Everybody says it's one of the nicest ones I've ever written. Me and Barbara, my wife, absolutely love going over there, and this is sort of partly memories of Arran. I'll try and remember the words, folks. Scotland in miniature, that's what they say. You can come here for a week, or maybe just a day. Once you've been here, you want to stay on the beautiful island of Arran, catching the Calmac at Ardross and Pier. In under an hour, you'll find yourself here. And once you set foot on Old Brodick Bay, you'll want to stay here in Arran. You can go down to Houston, visit Fern Mill, climb to the top of the mighty Gold Fell. But once you've been here, there'll be stories to tell on the beautiful island of Arran. glows, she circles upon the string roll. Deep in the glen where she makes her abode. Yes, the sunrise and the sunset are a sight to behold. On the beautiful island of Arran, you can go down to Houston, visit Purnmill, you can climb to the top of the mighty Gold Fell. But once you have been here, there'll be stories to tell on the beautiful island of Arran. Such a beautiful island is Arran.
Peter Pollock. So his niece is off up Goat Fowl, hoping to get up to the top, and she's going to have a wee dram, a wee nip, and spread some of his ashes. And so good luck. And I don't think she'll be watching tonight, but we'll be thinking of you. And yeah, grand song, and it is a beautiful place. It's magical. If you can ever get here, then you must make time to go to Arran. He starts by singing that song, saying it's Scotland in miniature, and it's got everything. It's absolutely amazing, and it's not surprising that we have so many musical people here because of the wondrousness of our beauteousness and coastline. Anyway, they're home. We don't know if they won.
Hello, good evening, and welcome to Shea BC. My name is James Bissett. You cry, "It isn't, is it?" And I say, correct, it isn't. It's Bissett. Tonight I have Big Ginger with me, and I also have the assistance of the Shea BC Quinte. And we're going to attempt to play Wind Me Up, the new song which I struggled with a few weeks ago. But first, a reading from the Old Testament. From the book of Proverbs, chapter 32, and there at verse 7. Behold, the man that hath a cup of wine is happy, but the joy of the man with a pitcher of wine is unsurpassed. For more is always better, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. She's found the perfect colour. Town requested someone bring a brush. Charge my dynamo, set the streets aglow. Get it down, you, a fun time, here we go. Randy says you're definitely coming. Roger rang and said to give you this. I'm your satellite, I'm round every night. Satisfying, how's your appetite? Wind me up and watch me go. Wind me up, I won't say no. I said wind me up and hoedown. Joy just rang and said to bring your own. Once is understood, more is twice as good. 3 times, 4 times, don't you think we should? Wind me up and watch me go. Wind me up, I won't say no. I said wind me up, enjoy the show. Yeah, yeah, wind me up and go, cat, go. If something's good, more is better. If something's good, more is better. More is better. I said 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 more is better. Guitar! Is looking forward to the hoedown. Joy just rang and said to bring your own. Once is understood, twice is feeling good. 3 times, 4 times, don't you think we should? Wind me up and watch me go. Wind me up, I won't say no. Enjoy the show. Say, wind me up and go, cat, go. Say, wind me up and watch me go. Say, wind me up and watch me go. Say, wind me up and watch me go. Wind me up and watch me go. I might have to use both hands. I might have to use both hands. Said I might have to use both hands. I might have to use both hands. Thank you very much. My name is James Bissett. You cry, is it? I say, I'm afraid it is. Thank you very much. Good night.
Woohoo! Funky. James Bissett, you can always rely on him for some cracking curtains and the funkiness. Love it. Thank you very much, James. Because I didn't want to finish on a sad note tonight at all. So we have run over a little bit. I've got one last thing to play, and I am going to play it today because we're celebrating things from Ayrshire, and as you know, I'm always moaning because there aren't enough women. There aren't enough women, and I might play this. I might actually find a way of working this next clip into almost every kind of theme that I have. But anyway, thank you for joining. I haven't finished. I've got one more clip. That's what we're going to do. And because I'm going to leave you on a high. But yeah, so Limbo, Acoustic BLiss in Limbo. It'll be obviously if I can physically do it, I will. And as I explained last week, was a bit of a nightmare. And I really wanted to do it, but I just couldn't. And so if I can, I will. This is hopefully going to be the In Limbo home for some time to come. And hopefully we'll have signal and we'll get all that sorted. But anyway, so Ayrshire, Arran, the Ayrshire coast, the west coast, Scotland, the views, the beach, the mountains, the sea, the air, the light is amazing, right? But as you all know, that you're watching now. And if you've never watched this before, if you're brand new, hopefully you're getting the idea that Ayrshire has also, and the West Coast has created so many amazing musicians and musical and creative people, painters, artists. There's all sorts going on here. And so never enough women, I find, in the evenings. But anyway, this was a beautiful night. If Chloe's still in the house, she might remember this. I know Gemma does. So, and you'll get a little glimpse of somebody who might be watching. You get a little glimpse at the end, who's a kind of a different shape now, but I'm hoping that I'll see you at the weekend. Caroline and Bump. So, right, anyway, thank you all very much. Wherever you're watching, thanks for watching. Thanks for your comments. Next thing then, yeah, so I'm working on this. I just don't have, I just wish, do you know, I wish I could spend a week on it, because there's so many amazing things I could do, but I don't have enough time to do, you know, we were so lucky having the pub, because people, you know, we just literally had to set the gear up and people would come, and hopefully that would, no, I mean, that will happen again. It's just, it's a temporary blip. Anyway, thank you once again for joining me. I've got my hands tucked together on my things. Thank you for joining me in Horse for Acoustic BLiss in Limboland. But listen, this is a grand way to see us out. It will leave us on a high, and just a little taste of all the good things to come. So have a great week, and we'll see you next week. Bye. And if you're in Ayr, you still can make it down to the pub. If you get your coat on whilst this is on, don't leave before it's finished. Bye.
Okay, hello. I'm 18 years old, so yeah, I'm just going to play a few songs for you. I've got a Facebook page, Olivia Campbell Music, so if you want to like it, feel free. But the first one I'm going to play is a song by Eva Cassidy, Wade in the Water. He's a rapper, but I'm going to slow it down, so enjoy.
Recalling my fantasy, you're living
song that I wrote. I'm just kind of new to songwriting, so bear with. This is called Honey Wine. song I'm going to sing is a song by my favourite band, Fleetwood Mac. It's it's Rhiannon. So.
Town of Ayr, Statue Square, TWA DUGS Bar, you'll find it there. And Bailey guitars on a night like this, sweet sound of acoustic bliss. Carol sings to Mark's guitar, Jem smiling behind the bar, no worries. Cousin Bob singing bar, the smiles come free. Come along, bring your song, play guitar or an old baron. Banjo, flute, violin, piano, sax, just anything. Duffy rocks, Chloe rolls, Wolfie sleeps and Norman blows, no worries. Cousin Bob singing bar, the smiles come free. Absent friends, Willie and Ken, reminisce and laugh again. The song is sung, the day is done, but the memories will linger long. Behind the mask, raise a glass to live music and friends past, no worries. Cousin Bob singing bar, the smiles come free. Silent singers, songless days, shadows playing without a stage. And Bailey guitars on a night like this, how I miss acoustic bliss. Carol sings to Mark's guitar, Tom smiling behind the bar, no worries. Cousin Bob singing bar, the smiles come free. Life rocks, you gotta roll, play the blues and ease the soul, no worries. Cousin Bob singing bar, Ben Bob singing bar, Ben Bob singing bar, the smiles come free.
Bob singing Bob.
1 dog, 2 dog, 3 dog, 4 dog, 5 dog, 6 dog, 7.
Bob singing Bob.
Bailey guitars, 2 dog, 3 dog, acoustic, 5 dog, 6 dog, 7.
Bob singing Bob.
Bailey guitars, 3 dog, acoustic, 5 dog, 6 dog, 7.
Bob singing Bob.
Bailey guitars, 3 dog, acoustic, 5 dog, 6 dog, 7. Bailey guitars, acoustic bliss. Hi Bob.
To Bailey's bliss.
Scotland.